समस्त भक्तन की, समस्त वैष्णवन की, समस्त आयोजकन की, समस्त बस्ती की, समस्त ब्राह्मण देवतान की, समस्त साधुओं की जय जय
Not push here. share. When you see nice, just to share. Yeah. Yes. Come more close. More close. What is awesome?
I don't know. You see.
Okay, I'll be fine.
दूसरे महाराज आए हैं तो उनके लिए चाहिए। like almost 500 or 700 devotees around the world. You can puja. So, for Vrinda King Festival.
You want puri? Puri?
And to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda, you need the mercy of Jagai and Madai. Which means what? You know, to go out and ask all the Jagais and Madais to please chant, and then that way we can join Lord Nityananda in his business. So that particular event was so astounding that the Yamaraj had been hearing so many complaints from his secretary, Chitragupta, about Jagai and Madai. He said, these men are so sinful that one can calculate how sinful they are. Durga Puja or something, or some wedding songs or whatever. In his ecstasy of going out chanting, they would see him, and Madai would say, oh, there's that Nimai, he's nice dancing. I like his dancing. Like that. So, and he'd say, oh, you're becoming a Vaishnava, Jagai? No, but I like a Nityananda. But by this Agyata Sukriti, they didn't know what the kirtan was even, but even by just saying it sounded nice, they got purified. Then they were able to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya. So when Yamaraj came quickly on his chariot, he saw that they had become devotees. They were dancing and chanting. He fell unconscious, stunned, just like a stick. And the other demigods came, and when they saw him, they started a kirtan to revive him. And Yamaraj was dancing, falling on the ground. He ripped all his clothes. Everything fell off, his helmet, his hair became loose. And the demigods had ecstatic kirtan. And Lord Chaitanya, he turned black in color. He asked, I think it was the Dvaita or Sarvabhauma, he said, how do I look? He said, you look like Krishna. He said, I've taken all the sinful reactions of Jagai and Madai, so I've turned black in color from all this karma, sinful reactions. So now we'll have kirtan. We'll have a huge kirtan, and I will transfer all these sinful actions, all the reactions to the people who blaspheme Vaishnavas. So they started kirtan, and this was one of these completely mad kirtans. No control over anything. Everybody was running and back and forth and smashing into each other, falling on the ground. Even Jagai and Madai, many times they smashed into Lord Chaitanya. And everybody was like that, kirtan, for a long time. And nobody said anything to stop those people who blaspheme the Vaishnavas, those people who criticize the Vaishnavas. And he said, anyone who criticizes the previous life of Jagai and Madai also, this is very bad. No one should say anything. Forget it. They're now great devotees. They were brahmacharis. They were chanting all the time. And then Madai, he was worried. And he found Lord Nityananda. And he told him, I have some concern. I want you to give me benediction. And so he said, what do you want? He said, well, I've offended so many people I can't remember who. So I want you to give me the power that I'll be able to remember all the people I offended, and I can, go to them and tell them, please forgive me. And I'll be able to recognize I've offended this one and that one, and there's Ganga's move. So he went to work and he built a very nice bathing ghat, cleaned up everything, built all the steps, and he made it first class. And then he would stay there, and when people would come to take bath, he would help them, take care of them, wash their clothes. And this way he was chanting so many rounds, chanting all the time. They were great, great devotees. It's the mercy of Lord Nityananda, the inconceivable mercy that actually our movement is going on, by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna and Balaram, the Harinam Sankirtan, all the different activities we do, Nityananda did first. And remember the Lord. See, Ishwar Prabhu has his book there, right? Nityananda Charity. So that's available. Chaitanya Bhagavad is full of Nityananda Leela. Because like I said, Vrinda Das Thakur, he was a disciple of Nityananda. His Leela was always ecstatic, kirtan mostly. He's Malanath, he's the one that told Lord Chaitanya, your holy name will spread every town and village. He wanted that. His son. But there's disciplic succession. So we're followers of Nityananda. Today is a special day to give his mercy. See the Guru. I think it's time to stop. Big program all morning, right? Of course, there's no breakfast. One time they were traveling, each on the trip not before. About halfway there was one man who was calling himself a Grihastha sannyasi. And he would give people, ashirvad. People would come to him. He would give them one day ashirvad, blessing. But Lord Chaitanya, somehow or other, somebody was telling her that they went to visit
他回来的时候可以为他做各项各般的服务。
I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you.
我总是渴望在你面前为你做直接的服务。
We miss you,
我们想念你，
but we shall continue to live and serve in the hopes that you will call us again to your feet.
我们想念你，我们继续在服务，我们希望有一天可以再见到你，在你的莲花足下做服务，
Embrace us in your arms,
拥抱我们，让我们在你的手背中的拥抱之中，
and then lead us to your lords,
然后把我们引导到你的主那儿。
so we may assist you in your service to them.
所以呢，我们可以帮忙你为他们做服务，
And we will follow,
而我们会跟随你的，
and we will follow
我们会跟随你的，
your eternal servant,
你永恒的仆人
Giriraj Swami.
Giriraj Swami。
I'm this year's chairman of the GBC.
现在我要读的是今年的 GBC 的主席所写的
His Holiness Giridhari Swami,
圣吉利达利 Swami，
who probably received more training from Tamal Krishna Maharaj than anyone else on the planet.
他可以说大概是这个人胜过我们这里所有一切的人。
And as everyone who knows about these things knows, after this past year of his service, he was trained by the best.
也许你们都知道，在经过这么多年的话，他大概是经过最好的训练的人。
My dear Goswami Maharaj,
我亲爱的 Goswami Maharaj，
please accept my most humble obeisances.
请接受我最虔诚的顶拜，
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
所有的荣耀归于 Prabhupada。
A serious illness stops me from attending your Pushpa Samadhi ceremony at the feet of Shri Giriraj Govardhan, your eternal Lord and Master.
我患了一个严重的疾病，所以让我没有办法前来参加，没有办法在这个 Giriraj Govardhan 的莲花足下顶拜。
I pray that you and your many followers and well-wishers will forgive me.
我祈祷着呢，你还有你的一些跟随者可以原谅我。
My only solace is that I can almost hear you telling me to take care of my health above all else, as you told me so many times in the past.
我所感触的呢，就是你叫我要照顾我自己的身体，就像你曾经很多次告诉我要好好照顾自己。
Since your sudden departure a year ago, feelings of separation have caused me much pain. Pain second only to what I felt when Srila Prabhupada left this world.
你突然间的离开了我们，让我感觉非常的伤痛。这个伤痛仅次于我曾经经过，就是
And your followers has been the only way for me to get at least partial relief.
服务你呢，就只是可以让我减除一些暂时感觉跟你分离之间的痛苦。
Indeed, not a day goes by when I don't think of you and all you have given me.
事实上呢，没有一天我曾经不曾想到你，我总是想到你曾经所给我的一切。
You were always kind to this younger brother of yours, and that kindness took many forms.
你总是这么亲切对你这个弟弟这样子，然后这个亲切展示在很多方面，
From loving embraces
从这个亲爱的拥抱，
to joking words
还有这个戏说玩笑，
to strong chastisement
非常强烈的责备，
and everything in between.
然后所有都在这之中。
You were always there for me
你总是在那儿跟着我，
in each and every situation over the past 30 years.
在过去的30年，你总是一直在跟在我旁边。
This, you said, was the duty of the elder brother.
你说呢？这是一个长兄的责任。
During the thousands of hours we spent together, you taught me many important lessons by your good example.
数千小时的相处，你亲身的教导我非常多的，而且是以身作则的教导我。
Above all was the value you placed on developing and furthering close, meaningful relationships with godbrothers, disciples, and even those not practicing Krishna consciousness.
除此之外呢，更胜一切，就是说你自己以身作则，然后亲切的关怀，除了我，还有其他的你的灵性兄弟， 还有一些门徒奉献者，甚至一些不是奉献者的人们，
by painstakingly nurturing these relationships,
非常即使说承受了很多痛苦，你还是在滋养这些关系。
you elevated my consciousness, the consciousness of all, and drew them nearer to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna.
你提升了我的知觉，然后除此之外呢，你也让我的知觉更接近Prabhupada。
By churning a special rasa with each individual, you empowered everyone to accomplish the impossible.
在展示各种 rasa 之中，各种关系之中，你让很多人做出不可能的事情，
Cracking new preaching fields,
然后揭示剥裂了非常多的这个传教的新地新展，
distributing Srila Prabhupada's books,
派发圣帕布帕的书，
making devotees,
发展非常多的新奉献者，
creating communities,
制造很多的新团体，
managing zones.
这个管理的区域。
Your unique ability to develop deep relationships with others was the thread with which you wove the beautiful tapestry of ISKCON for Srila Prabhupada's pleasure.
这么美的团美关系，你展示了，然后用很多的就像珍珠一般的把大家串联起来，这种甜美的关系是非常独特的。
Your mastery at rasa was shown with all expertise and sweetness during your Mayapur room kirtans.
你展示的这个 rasa 是这样特别，然后就是在玛雅普你的房间里面把这个 rasa 的这种关系展示出来。
You attracted the Gandharvas of kirtan, and with them many other senior and junior Vaishnavas, devotees of all types and ranks.
你呢，把这个 Gandhava 呢，还有各样的奉献者都连接起来了。
All came together to taste the nectar of chanting the holy name.
大家都聚集起来在唱诵这个圣名。
And nectar it was,
这个甘露呢，是
something not of this world,
不是这个世界的东西？说
enough to say,
足够。
my offering of appreciation has been and will always be to teach others what you taught me.
我对你的感激呢，只是可以表达出来，我对你的服务这样子来表达我对你的感激。
And all those I come in contact with will benefit immeasurably because they will taste the sweetness of His Holiness, Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj.
我所接触的这些人呢，他们也可以从这里感到，就是说他们身上 Maharaj 所给的大家的这种甜美的关系。
Always your younger brother and servant, Giriraj Swami.
我呢，总是你这个年轻的弟弟，而且是你的亲爱的仆人伊利达利。
I'm sorry, Giriraj Swami.
伊利达利说
I。said Giriraj Swami. And one more from a person who served him maybe as intimately as anyone served him during that crisis in his health in 1999, His Holiness Ritadpaj Swami Maharaj.
还有一位非常亲密的奉献者，对 Tamakrishna Maharaj， 就是在他1999年他身体很不好的时候，曾经照顾 Tamakrishna Gurudev 的，就是 Ritadpaj Swami。
Hare Krishna. Pam Ho.
接着我虔诚的礼拜。
Malchikalpa. Fill in the rest. I have been asked to write a few words in memory of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami.
他们叫我写一些对 Tamakrishna Maharaj 的一些表达。
Our relationship was one of deep friendship, which began many years back and continues on to this day.
我们深切的感情呢，就表达出来，就是在这几年之中的交往。
My appreciation for him began back in 1975 or 1976 when I read an article he wrote for BTG entitled, "You Can't Eat Nuts and Bolts."
我对他的感激跟欣赏呢，是在1974年、1975年的时候，他曾经告诉我不要吃这个干果之类的东西。
When I read this article, although still very deeply attached to this material world, I more or less gave up all hope of having any true enjoyment here.
当你在这个 BTG 这个回归守神里面杂志所说不要吃干果之类的东西，我几乎在这个物质世界失去了所有的品味，我感觉大概没有什么可以享受了。
The first time I saw him, he was walking down the steps of our Mayapur headquarters with Srila Prabhupada at his side.
第一次我见到他的时候呢，是他跟帕布帕在玛雅普这样走下台阶的时候。
This was and still is his position at the side of Srila Prabhupada.
这曾经呢，也是现在呢，他一直都是站在帕布帕的旁边。
Of course, as one of the most prominent leaders in our society, we knew who he was because he was.
至于呢，他是一个我们一个首要的领导人呢，我们知道他曾经是怎么样的人，而且现在也是怎么样的人。
This was also the first time I saw Srila Prabhupada, so this was quite a historical moment in my life.
这是我第一次见到帕布帕，也在我生命中是非常历史性的一刻。
As time went on, we began to know each other through the network of ISKCON.
当我们彼此认识的时候，就是我跟这个 ISKCON 相连接的时候。
Finally, when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1999, he asked me to come help him.
最后呢，他诊断出来是得了癌症的时候呢，他就请我来帮助他。
He wanted to have a senior man with him at that time.
他希望有一个年长就是资深的人在他身旁。
We stayed together for almost 4 continuous months.
我们大概住了4个月在一起。
I am convinced his association was the blessing of Guru and Krishna.
我相信呢，跟他的联谊是 Guru 跟 Krishna 的这个祝福。
From him I learned so much about Srila Prabhupada, it was incredible.
在我身上学到了很多，就是等于从帕布巴那边学到是非常不可思议的。
It didn't matter what the topic was. He knew what Prabhupada said, when he said it, and where he said it.
不管是什么样的话题呢，他很清楚了解帕布巴所教导所说的，而且他知道是什么事情，而且知道是什么时候说的。
It was like he had some supernatural insight into the heart of Prabhupada that I've seen in only a handful of devotees.
他几乎呢是很少有的一个人，就甚至他是好像是在帕布巴心中的一个人，他知道所有的一切。
From this, I knew here was a devotee I could count on to deliver Prabhupada to us in a very clear manner.
所以呢，从这个方面我可以清楚的了解，在他身上我可以清清楚楚的去相信他。
During this time of his illness, we spent many hours together talking and opening our hearts to each other.
在他生病的时候呢，我们相处在一起，所以我们之间非常交心的交谈。
My appreciation of him was increased daily and continues to this day.
我的欣赏呢，还有感激对他来讲，对他是与日俱增。
One of many things I appreciated in him was his honesty.
我最欣赏他的呢，就是他的诚实。
He was so honest with me about himself, his life, and just everything.
他对我是这么诚实，表达他自己，关于他生命之中的一切，他是那么诚实。
From the very beginning, he was like an open book with great depth that few dare to venture into.
从开始，他就像一本打开了的书一样，是这样子的一本历险记，甚至有时候我们不敢去碰触的。
He had an ability to open his heart so that one would also open his to him.
他是有这种能力，他把自己的心敞开来，所以同样的跟他交往的人也有办法可以相信的把心敞开来。
From this openness came another quality, which was confidentiality.
从这种开场的心胸呢，展示出来的下一个就是这个信心。
I knew there wasn't anything I could not reveal to him.
我知道没有什么我不能向他表达的、揭示的。
I saw many times, even if one was very fallen, he was there for you fully and would back you up.
其实呢，有时候知道他有一些人是非常堕落，但是他还是很赤裸裸的来包含这个人。
We all have a need for this, and having a person of his stature who could hear me out was a real blessing.
我们是真的需要这样子的人呢，他是可以真切的给我们的祝福。
He was ready to give a precise and concise analysis and with practical solutions.
他是有这么有能力，可以有这么精确，而且是这么准确的一切的这个解决办法。
This is an opulence that I am missing more and more each day.
这是我 想念他的富裕，与日俱增的想念。
Most of us knew him as such a stoically tough and perilously grave individual.
大部分人我们都认为他是非常坚强强壮的人，但是又是非常勇敢的人。
This was my my impression of him from the first time I saw him up to the time we were together.
这是我第一次看到他的印象，从我以前看到他，一直对他是到现在是这样子的印象。
At that time, another view of him came to light, which was his open, friendly, compassionate side that was infused with a special type of humorous cynicism or sarcasm.
另外一个呢，就是说另外一个印象展示出来的，就是后来跟他的交往，就是这个亲密，还有这个幽默。
I never thought that he had this side, but after staying with him those 4 months, it became apparent that this was the real TKG, and the other was TKG at the office.
跟他相处4个月之中呢，才深深的了解他的另一面，才感觉这才是真正的 TKG。那以前所看到他，就是 TKG 在办公室里。
Once this part of him came out, our friendship grew even deeper.
所以呢，我们的友谊就这样子越来越增长。
After the cancer recovery was over, and he moved back to his studies, our association was limited to my few visits to England and his to the States.
当他的癌症治疗完了之后呢，我们之间的交往就受到限制，我只能偶尔去看看他。
We were making some plans for the future to work together and help do something substantial for Srila Prabhupada.
我们曾经做了一些计划，就是将来可以一起做一些对 Prabhupada 的一个实质的服务。
Now I am feeling left alone in this, and I am hankering for his guidance and association more and more.
我现在好像被遗失了，被遗落了，我就越来越想念他。
I, to this day, have not come to grips with his departure, and may never.
在这个时候呢，我没有办法对他的这种分离感到这种悲伤的表达。
I hope that this has helped to bring out some of his qualities, which we all loved and admired.
我希望呢，我这样的表达可以表示一点我对他的这种敬仰和欣赏。
I know that this is just a drop in the ocean, and I am sure that others will bring out more.
我相信呢，这只是海洋中的一点滴而已。我想其他的人一定有非常多的对他的欣赏和感激。
I feel I have just touched the surface of my thoughts.
我觉得我只是好像在我的思想中只是碰到一个表面而已。
And more will come from this side as time passes.
随着时间的移转呢，我这些的感触，我相信是会越来越深的。
Your servant, Vitat Swami.
你的仆人 Rita Swami。
श्रीमती तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी के नाम नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी के नाम वांच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो Srila Gurudev has so many unlimited qualities that even if we speak for so many years, we won't be able to glorify him as he deserves. The time is limited, and everybody should get the chance to glorify the spiritual master. That's what we sing every morning. Yasya prasade bhavet prasada, yasya prasada nagatu katupi. So we have to glorify our spiritual master 3 times a day and offer our humble obeisances. Without his grace, and without the grace of the spiritual master, we cannot make any spiritual advancement. Somehow or other I have no good qualifications, but by his only mercy that he asked me to become a temple president of Houston in 1992. And I remember those days that I was giving so hard time because I was so unqualified. And he knew that incapability is me, and to give me some more mercy, he invited me to the Vrindavan Dham in 92, same year. And I remember before I left, all the assembled Vaishnavas, senior godfather of him, we have a lunch and he asked them to give me the blessings that I can make some improvement in the Houston community and develop the community. So I'm very grateful to all of you that by the blessings of you that we were able to accomplish certain things in Houston community. Srila Gurudev is like in Bhagavad Gita it says Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi Ekal Kuru Nandana. That as we seen that Srila Prabhupada completely dedicated, surrendered to Lord Krishna. Everything Krishna fulfilled the desire of Srila Prabhupada. And I see that quality in Srila Gurudev, that he is only resolute. He was very resolute in his purpose and he has one goal in his life, is to give his life to Srila Prabhupada and the ISKCON of Other thing is that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that the person who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is never deviated from his path. It's like a lamp is burning without the windless place, steady and fixed. Other quality is that Srila Gurudev is like a swan. That I remember when he take up the academic career, he was very worried that I will have to deal with the atheistic community and how I'll be able to maintain my Krishna consciousness. But he was like a swan. He knows exactly what he has to achieve and how to get the proper association and how to give the proper associations to others. Srila Gurudev desires to
Hare Krishna. Om Gyan Prajanandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshadmitanyena Tasmai Shri Pranave Namaha. Hare Krishna. I never had the fortune of working in any temple zone with Srila Gurudev. But nevertheless, I had the following realization. Srila Prabhupada appeared to help realize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction. Should I wait for the translator to translate, or should I just go on? Okay. So Srila Prabhupada appeared to help realize Lord Chaitanya's prediction that a holy name would travel to every town and village of the world. And Srila Gurudev appeared to help Prabhupada realize his mission. Srila Gurudev was very attached to Prabhupada, very dedicated to Prabhupada's instructions, and in the early days of our movement, he played a major role in establishing the temples in the West, and first in America. And then Prabhupada called him to England. He went to England, and from there he expanded to other parts of Europe. He also helped establish the Sankirtan movement in America and Europe. And then after Prabhupada came to India, Swami Krishna Maharaj was also called to India to help Srila Prabhupada manage the movement in India. We know that Prabhupada used to consult Gurudev on almost every major issue. He was like Prabhupada's confidential secretary. Like it is said, that Swarup Damodar knew the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swami Krishna Maharaj knew Prabhupada's mind. And he served Prabhupada with the greatest of dedication. And he was also a great intellectual, very good writer. And his desire was to constantly serve Srila Prabhupada. In fact, even the subject of his studies, the PhD that he was doing, was to establish Prabhupada as the prominent personality in Vaishnavism. So we saw in Gurudev's life immense dedication to Prabhupada's instructions. He was also very strict in his personal spiritual life, sadhana, very attached to Prabhupada's instructions, and he was ready to do whatever Prabhupada ever wanted him to do. And by Krishna's grace, he was successful in almost everything that he started. He was successful as a GBC man in America, Europe. Then he started the Radha Damodar parties that were also very successful in making new devotees and increasing book distribution. And Prabhupada also gave him instruction to establish the preaching in China. I understand that he thought of various ways how preaching could be started, and when things were very tough, he thought of a system of teaching yoga in Hong Kong, and he played a major role in establishing and laying the groundwork for the Krishna conscious movement in China. And it's so nice to see that the effort, that the work that he did is now bearing fruit, and more people are joining, taking the Krishna consciousness in China. So Srila Gurudev has a lot of accomplishments. If someone wants to sit down and make a list, you'll probably run into many volumes of books of the various services that he successfully executed for Srila Prabhupada. And I was staying in Mayapur, almost adjacent to this room. Also saw how in his last few days, on his last trip to Mayapur, he used to have these very static kirtans in his house, in his apartment. And even in the location where he left his body, it was a very auspicious location. It's right very near the Bhajan Kuti of Haridas Thakur, isn't that right? So we can see that everything about his life was very auspicious. And a devotee serves on the will of the Lord, and it's not always easy for us neophyte devotees to fully understand the inconceivable plans of the Lord. So from Gurudev's life, we can learn several examples. We should pick up the dedication that he had for Srila Prabhupada, the strong desire that he had to see ISKCON prosper, the strong faith that he had in the Sankirtan process. I understand that when he first went to France to introduce the Sankirtan process, the local devotees were very hesitant, but he convinced them to try the process, and then after they tried it, they were satisfied. So he had strong faith in Lord Chaitanya's teachings. Prabhupada, in one of the letters, I think called him one of the pillars of ISKCON, and he also said in one of the letters somewhere that he was the favorite grandson of Bhaktisiddhanta Ji. So he was a great devotee who did an immense amount of service to Srila Prabhupada and the ISKCON movement, and we can all learn a lot from his dedicated example. And we remember the Vaishnavas for the wonderful work that they have done. And Gurudev has done immense amount of work for Srila Prabhupada, and devotees of this Krishna conscious movement will always remember him. And I'm sure with the passage of time, devotees will appreciate more and more the wonderful service that he did for Srila Prabhupada. Srila Gurudev ki.
Jai. The rest of the family, Mother Lori, and sister-in-law Stella, and his nieces and nephews, Liana, James, and Irene. They all wish they could be here today. I first came together with my brother in 1956 when I came into this body. And from the beginning, he was just entirely the embodiment of love and affection of an older brother. Actually, I didn't know so much this Srila Gurudev at the office. Tamal Krishna Goswami, who I knew, was entirely love, the embodiment of love and affection. He immediately took me as his own, and he claimed me. He said, you know, he's mine. This is, of course, there's not Srila Gurudev now. This was my big brother Tommy, and he called me Carly. He said, my Carly, and everything he would want to do, needed to be done, he wanted to do. Me on the swings. Both a brother and a father to me, actually, also. As I grew, he would teach me in New York City all the things that the boy would learn, and we would do together all the things that two brothers did together. We would play ball together. He would teach me how to catch the ball, how to throw the ball. One of my most favorite moments I can still feel, we were playing ball by the Hudson River, and he threw a ball to me. I'm reaching to catch it, and this incredible feeling of satisfaction just at this moment. It's a moment that freezes eternally. The love, feeling this love of the brother and being together. I was totally, I worshipped him. Anything he would do, I would want to do also. So he was very expert in art and drawing, so I also tried to do some drawing. He did ceramics, so I also learned ceramics. He's 9 years my elder, so I was still young when he left New York, and he would write to me regularly, and he would send postcards. So I remember very nice short postcards. One he wrote actually from the Morning Star Ranch, and he says, Dear Carl, this is, of course I was older now. Dear Carl, I'm living in a tree. Hope you are well. With love. And of course I was a little urban hippie back then. So I was in heaven. My brother lives in a tree. There's nothing could be better than this. And then he wrote again from San Francisco and said that he had joined with the devotees. And he was very happy. This was the last time I heard in many years. We had been separated for many years. But so immediately, I went in and got Bhagavad Gita. And because he was living in a tree at this time, I always liked to be in trees also. So I climbed up into, one summer, this was summer, I think 1969. Climbed up into apple tree and read this Macmillan Lavender Bhagavad Gita. I was so happy because I felt like I was with him then also. And then when I went back into New York, maybe a few months later, I took the subway and traveled a few hours to Henry Street. To Henry Street Temple, where the brownstone building, and you come up and they put tilak as you enter. So nice. But he didn't know this for many years. This was maybe not for 20 years. Any of this he realized. When finally we were together in Dallas, I brought with me some photos of ourselves and him in younger days. So clearly, I remember him we're sitting together, looking at pictures, and tears just streaming down his face, looking at pictures from the past. And he said to me, he says, I left so much behind. He didn't remember any of this. All of this he put in his past. But we all know about this time also, he came into a little different mood. And we were maybe able to experience more clearly the sweetness that was always there all along, and how important family became to him at this time. When devotees first saw my wife and myself with Srila Gurudev, of course they wanted to know would he initiate us, would he take us as his disciples. And he said very clearly no, he would not do this. He says, I have so many loving disciples, but only one brother and one sister, and I don't want to give up this loving relationship. Also, such a sweet uncle to my children. Always my older daughter, he would call so much, always check, is she okay, what is she doing, and trying to make some connections with there. My son, he was maybe 9 at the time, in temple during japa. He would sit him actually like this by his side, he'd put his arm around and they'd chant together, or they'd walk around, he'd drape his arm over, and chanting, and walking around the temple with his arm over. And especially with my younger daughter, she came to him with pure love and affection. She had no fear of him whatsoever. One day in Houston, Srila Gurudev was side by side with His Holiness Dhananda Maharaj, and they were sitting close together. And my daughter came in, and she pushed Maharaj over, stuck herself in between them, and give her uncle a big hug. And he would love this. He encouraged her. One of our last letters that we received actually was to Irene. And he said, Dear Irene, I hope the next time that you see me, you come and give me a big hug. Love, Uncle Tamal. This is how they know him, Uncle Tamal. He always wanted to treat them equally. He was always concerned that he not show more love to one than to another, that none of them be left out. When we were together, all of us in Vrindavan, in 1999, it was Christmas time. And for our family, we come together at Christmas. And it's